The Supreme Personality of Godhead on the elephant. It's going to be interesting for you. I told you, did you go and see that place, that Narayana Mahaprabhu?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet?
Not yet.
Oh, sure. But that is open, you can see.
Yeah, it's open. We'll go.
Sure.
You took us last time, so we know the place. Yeah.
So, I told you about the elephant. And I told you that the Lord loves to ride an elephant. You know, each place the Lord likes something special. In Lord Jagannath, it's like that he likes to eat 46 offerings and like that. In Sri Lanka, it seems he likes to lie down. Padmanabha Swami temple, something like that. Here the Lord likes to have elephant riding. All Vahanas he chooses like elephant. So the stories I told you that the Lord was under the Zamorin of Calicut for some time, maintenance. The time was not like very popular and all that. Some period of, and so there was an elderly pujari who was taking care of him, and the temple was not visited by many people and all that. The greatness was not known to many people. I think it's somewhere on British times or something. Then you can sit down if you want. Yeah. You want to sit down? Yeah. So the story goes that the elderly devotee, he was one day serving him. He was like almost bent double a little bit, and he was doing he's a devotee, so he didn't mind taking all the trouble and doing what is necessary for the Lord. One fine day, the Lord came in his dream and told him, "My dear devotee, I want to go on an elephant." And this is an elderly person got up in the morning and said, What dream I had? Am I too absorbed in certain things? So why did I get the dream? Elephant and the Lord has no connection. He didn't understand that the Lord likes elephant and he wants to go on. He just took it very lightly. It's not for me, it's just a dream. But after 2-3 days, the Lord again came and said, "I told you want to ride on an elephant. Why didn't you get me an elephant?" He got up in the morning, "What is this? I'm an old man, what I got to do? Where do I get an elephant from? Elephant is such a huge thing. Where do I get an elephant from? And why is he telling me this? It should happen again." So he said, "Oh gosh, it's true." And then he finished his DD, this thing, everything, and then he locked the temple and went all the way to a huge, big festival in Trichur. Are you going to Vadakanalan Kshetra? No. This is Trichur district, and Trichur is a place where a very ancient Shiva temple is there. So it's the center of the whole city. Very, very ancient. Very famous, very huge temple. So, and then next to that temple is the Devi's temple, which is very famous and has got elephants, and they do this huge festival. So he heard about that festival. There are a lot of elephants there. That's the nearest thing I know about elephants, and so he walked all the way. He walked all the way and went there in a big rush on the festival. He went and pulled the dhoti of one of the male Shanti. He said, "I'm coming from so and so place." He said, "What? I'm coming from so and so place. I look after the Krishna temple there. I think you must have heard about this and this." And I said, yeah. What do you want?" I said, "I want one elephant." It was a very simple term. He went and asked, "I want an elephant." I said, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "What's wrong with you? What do you mean I want an elephant? It's a big festival going on here. You please stand aside. Come this way. You're going to get run over by some elephant or something. Please come this way." And he said, no, I want to tell you, the Lord came in my dream and he wants to ride an elephant. And I said, "Listen, it's a big program going on there. Let's look at it later. And I don't think anybody's going to give you an elephant because your Lord wants to ride an elephant. I mean, what application you're putting, I can understand, respect you, your pujari and everything. Please stand aside." He didn't bother. Naturally, he didn't bother. So he stood for some time and he saw that that's all I can do. I can't do more than this. I don't have influence, I don't have money, I don't have political this thing. I just did my duty here, I asked for it. So he walked back. all the way. It's a long walk. And came and he slept very less, and next morning he was up again doing. He thought that that's it, you're not an elephant. But the Lord, he knew that he has put a sincere effort and he could not make it. After 2 days, the festival was not over, almost. One fine day he came again in this devotee's dream and said, "My dear devotee, get up and open the door, see what is there outside." He said, "What?" Again, so he went, opened the door, there are so many elephants standing there. So many elephants standing there. And he said, "What?" And the elephants just walked inside. He opened it, they squeezed themselves inside and came inside. What's happening? The elephants came inside. And then he came to know that he has bought the elephants. The Lord has bought the elephants. The elephants all walked inside. They all ran and came away from the festival. From that festival, they came away. He said, "Okay, you tried. You're a devotee. You tried your best, you couldn't. And I don't think it's easy. I have to be involved in getting the elephant." So the Lord is a super soul in everybody's heart. He is Paramatma in everybody's heart, and also the Paramatma in the elephant's heart. He told them, "All of you leave this place, come there." And they all ran and came away from there. And those people came to know that this one fellow came for me asking for an elephant. Then that fellow reported that the old man came. I think he's taken the elephant. They came searching for this place because he knew somewhere all these temple guys came to each other. They came all the way. These elephants refused to go. They just started fighting with them. All the mahouts and all this, not coming. It was a big scene. And the elephants won't come back. They'll all stay here only. And then the Lord told the devotee, "What are you waiting for? I want to ride the elephant." "I want to ride the elephant. What are you waiting for?" The old man, he made arrangement for the Lord to go on top of the temple. A very rustic way. There the Lord rode that elephant. And he got back and he told him, "Every day I want to ride the elephant." And he made arrangements for that. This is how the temple became very famous. Those elephants never went. They are the elephants you went to see. You're not to see?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
This Lord has got his own place for keeping. He's got 70 elephants. From that parampara, they never went back. And then everybody started donating elephants to Guruvayurappan. Like all these political, Jayalalitha, Jayalalitha Chief Minister, she donated elephant 2 times. Before the election, she donated. Each one cost about 10 lakhs and 15 lakhs on huge elephants, small elephants, baby elephants and all that. Many people donate elephant. They can donate a whole elephant. And the elephant will be grown and it will be trained and everything to carry the Lord on the back and all that. So this event of the elephants coming from there to this place and not going back is celebrated every year during the Brahmotsav. There is an elephant race in memory of this. And all those elephants, they have to compete in that. Not everybody competes. The mahouts will select, this guy is fit for it, this guy is too old, and all that. And there will be an elephant race from that Manjul hall to the temple. And the elephants run with the mahout pushing. I want my elephant to win the race. That's when I saw once the BBC had come all the way from there to film it. The only place where you can see an elephant race. And then the elephant that wins the race becomes the carrier of the Lord for 10 days. And he's given a royal treatment. All the Mahaprasadam goes to him. There'll be a huge decorative shed for him. And he will stand in there for 10 days. And everybody who comes also wants to feed him. Because he's carrying the Lord, he's a special devotee. And for 10 days, that elephant get a royal treatment. I've seen all the Mahaprasad rolled into big rice balls and with all the gur and everything in it, and all the payasam and all that is given to him in a big jug for him to drink. He drinks all that. And he gets full Mahaprasad and good eating, and he every day carries the Lord. And then the Lord also comes outside on the last day. Comes outside and goes across the pond and visits all the houses, they all welcome him. He visits all his devotees in the place around. It's called Arat festival, the last day. Then he jumps into the pond. He takes a bath in the pond, and after he gets it, the whole of Guruvayur jumps into that pond. It is Charnamrit. It's a huge rush. They're all waiting on the sides of the pit. As soon as the Lord is taken out, after all the shlokas, they chant, flowers, and they sing and give him a bath. And then he goes back, he's wiped, and then he goes back on the elephant and goes back to it's the last day. After that, everybody jumps into the. He comes outside and gives darshan like that. Since then, he has got collection of elephants. One of them is that Guruvayur Keshavan is called that elephant. He was part of that.
I think someone saw the tusks also today.
Yeah, at the front as you enter, you see the tusk. Yeah. There is a big national picture.
That is Keshavan, the devotee.
It's a devotee elephant. And there's an old movie made about him. When I was very young, I've seen that movie. It's even available now on YouTube. I saw it some time back. Guruvayur Keshavan, if you type the movie, will come. They've shot a beautiful movie with the elephant, doing all sorts of these pastimes with a lot, many different things. So Krishna here loves the elephant ride. So the elephant rides is an offering to the Lord. He rides in Gajarohana, but they are booked for 35 years. It's booked for 35 years. Every day, 3 times. Some people book for 1 elephant. Some nights, rarely you see only 1 elephant. The last time we went, I was very surprised. Otherwise, it's always 3 elephants, fully caparisoned and very beautiful. They'll burn incense. They have these lamps lit up. And there's traditional instruments they play. One instrument is called a Trayambakam. He will use his fingers and bang the one side and create a very special sound. And they'll play the Nadaswaram and they'll have cymbals. And they'll play all these famous songs and welcome him. All the famous musical rendition compositions they play. Very beautiful. And the whole temple gets lit with lamps. That's also an offering. That's also booked for some 32 years or something. We try to do every year for Kartik time. We want to offer 1 day. It's all booked. We are booked so much. Now they don't take bookings. They said it's all booked. What are you going to do 35 years later? Are you going to be alive? No, my children, my grandchildren, let's see later. I mean, they can't keep up the records. So, it's a great offering. The night is very nice. Every day, 3 times, as I know. Sometimes it's 4 times. Morning, around 7 o'clock, 7:30, there is Sriveli. It's mostly with single elephant. That's when you will see there is 2 types of beats. I'll show you today. I'll come in with you. There's 2 types of beats. One is a beating of the asuras. From the beat you can make out this asuric beat. It will not have all the other percussion instruments now. And the other one, when the Lord comes out on the elephant, this thing, there's demigods are playing. They welcome for him. Initially, asuras will offer and he will go around, and then after that, the main 3 elephant procession, the demigods will offer. Sometimes there are 3 rounds of the 3 elephants. Sometimes there's only 1 round. It was very grand to watch the golden deity. It's called the Tidambu, the golden deity of the Lord, very nicely placed on top. The Melshanti, the chief priest's associates will be holding on top of the elephant. It's not easy to sit on the elephant and hold the deity. You have to balance a lot of things. It's like, and sometimes it's attached to a huge other background, and you hold that and watch the deity also. You can see the Melshanti really struggling, balancing himself. And then 3 more people sitting behind him. And I heard that one of the Nambudiri boys said, don't think that this is just a hair of the elephant. The hair of the elephant is like a iron wire sit. It's very painful to sit on them. They poke you. It's not like your hair, it stands out like a piece of nail or something. So they sit on that, and you will see that it will be a very beautiful royal ride. We'll go and see that now in the night. And I told you that You are going tomorrow to Kulashekhara Alwar's place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tamil Nadu is very famous for Alwars and Alwar saints. They are, it's mentioned in the Bhagavatam, there's a shloka that says in Kali Yuga, at the back of the Kaveri, the Tamra Parani, the Payasvini, and all of those places, very great devotees of the Lord Vishnu will be born, and there will be wonderful happenings, very auspicious. This is indicative of the Alwars after Krishna disappeared. The last Alwar and the first Alwar saw Krishna was on the same planet, and he regretted that I didn't get to see him. He left. So there is Poige Alwar, Bhutata Alwar, Kondala, Radipudi Alwar, and then Andal, the one of the Alwars is a female, Andal. So they are very famous. One of the Alwars is born here in Kerala. It's called Kulashekhara Alwar. He was a great devoter. Huh? A-L-W-A-R. Yes. A-L-W-A-R. Some people mention it V-A-R, but the original thing is Alwar. Alwar means one who is sunk and deep in love and devotion. Another meaning of the word Alwar also means it's devotion actually. That's a simpler meaning.
And there's Alwar a place also.
That
is Alarnath. Oh, no.
Yeah.
The same spelling.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with it.
Nothing. No.
There is in Puri, Jagannath Puri, there is a place called
Alwar.
Alwar, which became as Alarnath. There's also these Alwars are involved there in setting up that temple. There were actually incarnations of the different paraphernalia of the Lord. His Sudarshan Chakra, his spear, his bow, his garland, his, Vaijayanti Mala, like that. Different aspects of him are all spiritual, they are all incarnated. So each one of these Alwars. Out of that is Kulashekhara Alwar. Kulashekhara Alwar, you're going to go to his birthplace, he was born. In South India and Kerala, the Cherans ruled. The Chera, Chalukya, Pandava, Pallava, Chora, all these great dynasties you must have heard of in history. So he belonged to the Cheran dynasty. And his father's name was Dridabrat. And father was a very big king. He became the next king. Kulashekhara Alwar is a king. And it's very amazing that right from his young age he's been a devotee of Vishnu. Especially Lord Ramachandra. He's a devotee of Lord Ramachandra. And it is mentioned that when he started ruling, he would get all these important, famous Brahmins, yogis and everybody to come and relate all the pastimes of the Lord. Ask him to read the Ramayana and explain, the Mahabharata and explain, and he would relish it. He would get very absorbed in it. He's a king, a Kshatriya type of a king, but at the same time a very good devotee. So this combination, he would get absorbed in the Ramayana being spoken and get so absorbed that when the scene was being described by that yogi about how Lord Rama is telling Lakshmana take Sita inside, and huge amount of these asuras are coming to fight. That scene in that place was called Janasthan. In the Janasthan you will see in the Ramayana that Rama will single-handedly rout that 13 Akshavadi forces. Trishirsha and all of them, Kara and Dushana, all of them will come. Yeah. After Shurparaka's nose is cut and she'll go and complain to Ravana, and Ravana will get those guys to do the job. And they will come. When they come, then Lord Rama will say to Lakshmana, take Sita inside and be safe. Single-handedly he'll kill the entire army. Fully finish. So that pastime which we are describing, all of a sudden, Kulashekhara, he's alone. There's nobody to help him. And he called the army. He said, get ready, let's go and help Rama. He was so absorbed in the story, he got into the story. And he told, ordered as a king, get the army ready, I'm going to help Rama. because he's alone. And he's being attacked by all these asuras. And these people are wondering, what happened to our king? What's happened to our king? He's crying cuckoo. What is it? He said, no, actually he was such a devotee. He got into the story, became a character in the story, he was so absorbed. He said, get the army. And then he's the king, so everybody arranged the army. And then they all got together, the ministers, and said, oh my gosh, what a king we have, what all we have to take care of. And they asked the yogi to explain to him. It's not, they didn't have to worry. He was extremely anxious. How can we keep quiet? Lord Rama is under danger. We have to do everything. He started giving a whole lecture to the army. Let's go, like that. So they got two people to come and say, no, it's already over. Lord Rama fought victoriously, it's over. We're just coming from the war field. It's over. Oh, really? He killed and routed all of them. There's no necessity for us to go. And then the yogi started explaining the moral. Rest of the boy said, okay, peaceful. Became peaceful. This was King Kulashekhara. He gets absorbed, especially in Ramachandra. So he would have all these Vaishnavas come inside his house and keep on. He'll allow them inside the palace. They'll be hanging around everywhere. And these ministers will be, how is the kingdom going to be ruled? If a king is all the time hanging around with his Vaishnavas and hearing stories here, there's so many things to be done. I don't have time to talk to him about this, discuss about that. So they said, actually, get all these Vaishnavas out from here. Then only we can attend to our business. And they had, Kulashekhara had his beautiful murti. And he had all the diamond necklaces going to put on it. He's a king, right? Want to worship the Lord opulently. So what these people did is, they took away the necklaces, these ministers, all this valuable stuff, this, that, and all they took and put inside and said, these necklaces are all gone. I think nobody can enter the palace because we got good security. The only people are, foreign people are here, are these people. They are devotees. We have a feeling that somebody from them could have taken it. We made a story. So that they'll all be sent out. So Kulashekhara was not only a devotee, he was also very sharp. He was very sharp and he is a king after all. He was keeping control of all these fellows. He immediately understood what these guys are doing, what is their anxiety. They are also genuine. King is not attending to anything here, what to do. So he said, I know that none of these people will do that. I can guarantee it. I'm going to find out who it is. And if you don't tell me, I will go ahead and prove it is not any of them. They're wondering, how will you prove? He said, bring a viper in his basket, viper snake. The most deadliest poison snake. Right? I'll put my hand inside. If the viper bites me, what he says is true. If it does not bite me, what I say is true. Agree? They all are forced to agree because what a decision to take. Very great risk. He's saying, I'm so confident of all these devotees. They are Vaishnavas. They will never steal anything from the Lord. I'm willing to put my hand inside a viper basket and force them to get it. They're saying, my gosh, we got into big trouble. And if he gets bitten, the whole kingdom will blame us for killing his king. If it doesn't bite also, we're in trouble. So king was very smart. I know I want to teach you a lesson. He said, bring it. He ordered them, you have to bring it. I want to prove to you. Put his hand inside. He shouted the Lord's name and put his hand. If it is so true that these Vaishnavas, your devotees, have done it, let the snake bite me and take me back. He put his hand inside that deadly viper snake. That viper snake went around his hand like this and stood without biting him. Took his hand and showed like this. And nothing happened. So they all confessed. The minister said, we're very sorry we did this. We are the ones who put the necklace and we did this. He didn't take it very seriously. He said, you were very honest. anxious people, so he did this. But you understand, a devotee will never do this type of things. This was Kulashekhara. It's written in history about him. And he wrote the famous Mukundamala Stotra. How many of you know about this? Mukundamala Stotra. What a beautiful composition. I used to know the whole Mukundamala Stotra by heart, some 36 shlokas. I remember about 20 years back I discovered Prabhupada did the first 6 shlokas translation. He loved the Mukundamala Stotra and every time he was quoting that. When Prabhupada entered Vrindavan for the last time, after that he didn't go anywhere, he left the world. That time he chanted this shloka when they entered Vrindavan. And the devotees were feeling very deeply affected. He chanted the shloka, Krishna Tvadiya Padapankaja Panjarantam Advaiva Me Vishutu Manasa Rajahamsa Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavada Pittau Kantha Virodana Vidau Smaranam Kutaste. Very beautiful shloka. Each one of these compositions of Mukundamala Sutra is so beautiful. He's chanting there, Krishna Tvadiya Padapankaja Panjarantam. My mind is so absorbed in you now. It's like the lotus stem, the swan swims inside in between, and the lotus stem and the lotus get stuck in its feet. So I'm so entangled with you and remembrance of you. Why don't you take me away now? When I'm so much absorbed in thinking of you. By prana prayana samaye, at the time of death, kapha vada pitta, kapha, vada and pitta, they will hold my whole body together and my throat will be choked and I cannot chant your holy name, I cannot remember you because I'll be in great pain, physical pain. But now I'm so happy thinking of you, why don't you take me now? Kantha smaranam kutaste, how can I think of you at that time? And that soul leaves the body, when the prana leaves the body, how can I think of you? Prabhupada chanted this when he entered Vrindavan. Afterwards he didn't move out of Vrindavan, he went back to Godhead. And the devotees, because he had explained the Mukundamala Sutra. The Mukundamala Sutra is filled with these type of shlokas. What do I care about? I'm not going to ask you anything material. There's a nice shloka that says, what is that? Service to you is the only thing that I'm going to ask you. What is the use of asking you for anything material? Because that will anyway come to me according to my previous karma. What's the foolish thing? What should I ask you for all that? It depends on my karma anyway. I would rather ask you to Janma Janmantare Api Tvat Padam Bodha Yukakata Nischala Bhakti Rastu. Nischala Bhakti you give me Janma Janmantara. Every lifetime I may take, you should make sure that I get unalloyed devotion and service. This is what I want to ask you. I don't want to ask you all the small time things. This way, in the Mukundamala Sutra, there are so many beautiful shlokas about the holy name, about remembering Krishna at the time of death, about how you are so merciful and your pastimes are so nice. Very rich composition. So, Kulashekhara Alwars Mukundamala Stotra is published by BBT also. There are books available. You can read that. And I remember hearing, at that time probably it was not very popular. I remember hearing a great Carnatic music Bhakti singer chanting this. And we had put up a book table somewhere in Sabarimala. You know Sabarimala?
Yes.
Ayappan. And I found that big poster hanging there, Mukundamala Sutra chanted. I asked him, can you give me this? This is a cassette tape. And I remember hearing that on the way back in my small player. It was an ecstasy. Very nicely chanted. And not remembering some of the shlokas, but very, very interesting. It shows the level of the meditation of Kulashekhara Alwar. That is feelings and emotions he puts in that. Mukunda Murdhana Pradipatya Yache Pavantam Ekantam Yantamartam Avismati Tvat Charanara Vinde Bhave Bhave Meyastu Bhavat Prasada. Don't ever put me in forgetfulness of you. This is what I want to ask you. Don't allow me to forget you. Like this very deep, it's like a lover speaking towards his loved one. All sorts of emotions in it. Very rich. So tomorrow I think you're going to his birthplace. And that they built a big temple also, I heard there. There's a birthplace separately and the main temple is also separate, managed by the Sri Vaishnavas. So you can go and see that place tomorrow. And also I think you're going to Pundana Illam.
Maharaj, we've changed some things because we wanted to come back and because there are temple timings.
Oh, yeah.
But a couple of them we are still keeping in time. Yeah.
You make over there, I don't know. Tirumit there's some place you're going.
Champa has a list actually. Maharaj.
However, it's not so easy, you cannot cover so many of these
Yeah,
places.
so many of them.
It's
Yeah.
not like what you think. But you may be able to cover. Also people get tired
Yeah.
driving in this. The roads are like bumps and it's a rustic village area if you go to. Sometimes it may take, sometimes there's traffic when you cover some places. So it may not be exactly like you plan. It would be nice if you can go to.
Just get two in the morning. Tirunavai and
Tirunavai is far away.
that.
Tirunavai is a beautiful place. That's where we have.
Alwars and
Yeah.
so we're going to cover that and Patati in the morning.
Whatever. I mean, it's your choice. But I don't think you can cover all the places.
Only
You'll find
two
it.
in the
You're not going to the Tripraya Ramakshetra.
that we're thinking whether we should go in the evening because
You'll not see anything much.
we'll have a session with you also in the evening.
When tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So we're going to go. After that, we're going to go to that place.
No, so because that we thought we'll skip the evening.
It's 28 kilometers from this side, Tripraya. It's not much. In 35-40 minutes, you'll go there.
We'll try to
We'll
work.
figure it out, Maharaj.
Yeah, so these are some of the things. We'll go now. It's 9:15, it's the right time to go for the CBD. You get a brisk walk, you can go. How are you walking?